Welcome back to Squawk Box this morning. While lawmakers and medical experts call for coronavirus antibody testing, a small and very exclusive island in Florida has enough for all of its residents. Robert Frank joins us with that story. Good morning to you, Robert.
Good morning, Andrew. Well, only 1% of the population of Florida has been tested for coronavirus, but 100% of the residents of Fisher Island off Miami have gotten the antibody test. Now, the residents purchased 1,800 test kits for the island's 800 families, as well as for their housekeepers, landscapers, and all their workers. Now, everyone on the island will get the antibody blood test that's done with a fingerprint prick that gives them instant results on whether they have been exposed to the virus or have immunity. This is not the nasal swab test, which tells you whether you are infected and, of course, is in more demand right now. But the testing has sparked a backlash in a state where there is still more demand for testing than supply. A spokeswoman for the island, which is only accessible by boat and has an average income of $2.5 million, said that since many of the residents there are over 60, they are at high risk and paid for the test themselves at $17 each. She said they're also engaging in social distancing since the marina, the golf club, and the tennis courts are all closed. Now, the University of Miami Health System, they're the ones that provided the test, said in a statement that, quote, it may have created the impression that certain communities would receive preferential treatment and that they are now revising the system for providing the tests. And look, you know, that the residents paid for the test. They have since spent or given $200,000 to a charity to provide these tests to the hardest hit areas of Miami as well. But not a good look right now when a lot of Florida is trying to get the regular COVID nasal test, as well as moving forward the antibody tests, and everyone on this island, including their workers, is able to get tested.
Hey, Robert, do we know how they got access to the test? I know you said the university that they got the access from, but was there a connection, somebody that they could call and get access to in a way that, frankly, other residents in Florida or the rest of the country could not?
Well, clearly there was a connection that others could not. There is an antibody test, public antibody test going on in Miami right now. They were clear to say that the island's test kits were not part of that study, but I did discover that the island got their test kits from the same company that provided the test kits to the University of Miami Health System that is giving that broader public test. So the UH Health System said, look, these test kits did not come from the public test. They were not diverted, but my research shows they did come from the same company, Biomedomics, that made the tests. So it's unclear whether they just piggybacked on that and said, look, while we're ordering it, can we get an extra 1,800, or whether it was truly part of the test kits that were supposed to be part of this public study. But that's how they got it, from the same company.